Hello everyone, this is Monstertaming coming at you with the Kindred Fates Combat Alpha Arena Patch 2.6. Sorry it's taken me so long to get this out. I usually like to do patch notes day of, but I haven't had a chance to play the patch, so my Combat Arena videos will not be featuring patch gameplay, and I haven't had a chance to read the patch yet, but better late than never. Fixes and subtle fixes. The patch we primarily focused on bug fixes and resulted from updating to a more recent version of Unity and a potential new method for matchmaking. Also added some quality of life features like a rudimentary version of stage selection, new options, setting menus, better default key bindings. A few balance changes were also made in an effort to improve the stability of some of the characters that we noticed were seeing less use than others. As always, we hope you'll try these changes and the features and let us know what you think. So, the whole idea of this sounds great. I have heard people's opinions of it, but I'm trying not to let that influence me too much as we go down here, and I'll give you my thoughts on it, like always, for the general changes. A very rudimentary version of stage selection has been added for private matches. As the host, you can select the stage you'd like to battle on by including the words river, cavern, forest, or ruin in the private game name. This is not case sensitive. For example, creating a private game called Forest Fight 1 will take you to Towering Forest Arena. Ruins Rumble will take you to Ruins Arena. That's a temporary implementation of stage selection that will be replaced by proper UI-based selection in the future. Any form of stage selection is amazing. I have no idea if we're going to be able to get back around to doing an actual tournament anytime in the near future, but this would be amazing because that means we could do stage selection for the tournament and not have to worry about stuff like caverns. With this update, we're testing out a version of peer-to-peer matchmaking for private matches only. Public matches are unchanged. Most players shouldn't notice a difference, but responsiveness and ping times may improve for players in some cases. This is our first iteration of peer-to-peer, so it's possible that you'll experience more bugs in this mode than in public matches. We'll be continuing to make improvements to this in future patches. Try it out and let us know what you think. Default key bindings have been updated. Shield button can now be rebound. Shield and dodging can now be assigned to the same button. Pressing this button while moving will cause you to dodge. Pressing it while not moving will cause you to shield. So, that's all nice, and add the options to the setting menu that allows you to sprint. Setting sprint to toggle instead of hold. Now for the balance changes, which are going to be the real meaty changes, because balance changes are always extremely impactful. Kinfolk movement speed is slightly lower when aiming and firing range text. That's perfectly fine. Physically glide instead of passing through each other now. That's also perfectly fine. No longer sprint while slowed. That's a really nice update, I think. Slowing people should stop them from sprinting, in my opinion. Special attack for Lumala increased. Lumala definitely needed it. I'm not sure just how much 5 is going to matter, but it is definitely a thing that is needed. Salamurder's attack increased. Salamurder also needed that, in my opinion, because the Salamurder just is so meh right now. Slifer's attack increase, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it feels alright, I guess. But I have heard some people say that Slifer might be a little bit overtuned now with some other balance changes that we're going to get to later, but I thought Slifer was in a alright spot-ish. Like, I mean, a buff's a buff for Slifer, but to get more of a buff than Salamurder or Lumala, I definitely think Lumala and Salamurder were in worse place damage-wise than Slifer. Now, Lumala, you could argue, is not a DPS-focused kinfolk, but Salamurder absolutely is. This Salamurder's whole thing is about, you know, comboing and killing people and stuff with fear, and everything is passive, even gives bonus damage. So I think Salamurder definitely needed more of a buff. Slifer did. Shovelet's stamina restoration amount has been reduced, that's fine. Avion returns to terrestrial mode when swapping in and out now. That is a very nice quality of life feature, in my opinion, rather than a balance change. Made starting and stopping flight more reliable, and that's all just amazing quality of life. Now, Crescent Strike base damage increased. This is the one I've seen a bunch of people say pretty controversial, that Slifer can supposedly one-shot another Slifer with just one use of Crescent Strike now. That's going to benefit Salamurder and Skullkin immensely. like very, very, very much, because that's both a good melee move that they have access to, and which makes me come back to like wondering why they buff Slifer, because that buffing this is probably more than enough of a boost for Slifer, but will know more when I actually play it myself. Rock Slide's base damage has been reduced. I've long said Rock Slide is very finicky. And I think rather than reducing the damage, you should just change how it works. But I suppose reduced damage is better than leaving it as it was. I plan on making an entire video on a rework for Shovelet, changing a bunch of different abilities. And I will get more in depth into my opinions on Rock Slide at that point. Swipes. The cooldown swipe starts the correct time now. Swipes used to have its cooldown start halfway done if you only use one swipe and let the combo time expire. Now if you use one swipe and let the combo time expire, the full 1 second cooldown does not begin until the moment the combo expires. Counter. Successfully counter attack will not negate any status conditions that would have been applied by a counter attack. That's technically a buff to counter. It's not like a huge buff, but it's something, I guess. Bug fixes. Fix all bugs that can then be locked up after solving characters. Fix the bug that caused server-side projectiles to move much faster than local counterparts. Fix the bug that caused excuse me, user to lose stamina attempting a dodge, even if they didn't dodge, became staggered in the middle of current dodge. Huh. I didn't know that was even a bug, but that's nice to fix. Fix an issue that prevented kinfolk from being able to move while falling. Fix an issue that caused abilities to sometimes not be destroyed between rounds. Fixed an issue that caused kinfolk to frequently fall through the map when swapping. Fixed the bug that with Thunderclap that causes a hurt box to stay active after colliding with objects. Fixed the bug that prevented Reflect from properly reflecting an ability. Fixed an issue that made it possible to dodge at times that were not intended. Fixed a bug that caused Shovelet to sometimes become stuck at a slower speed after using ranged attacks. I'm guessing that's like Rock Slide, Quicksand stuff. Fixed an issue that caused many kinfolk to transition out of their sleep animation much slower than intended. Fixed the bug that broke perfect matchmaking. Fixed the bug that caused the matchmaker to lock up if they canceled searching for a match after they had already begun to connect to an opponent. Fixed an issue that prevented characters from dodging in the intended direction very soon after using certain skills. Fixed a bug that caused characters to float in the air before the start of a match. Fixed a bug that prevented characters from moving much longer than intended after bite. Fixed an issue that allowed users to continue spawning instances of rock wall while they're out of charges. Fixed an issue that caused all terrain to become wide. Fixed an issue that caused Avion to gain the same momentum they had during takeoff each time while landing, regardless of landing speed. Fixed a bug that caused characters to become stuck in while using counter. I usually see a lot of bug fixes. Fixed a bug that prevented some ranged attacks from firing. Fixed a bug that caused homing attack reticle to display incorrectly when the user's camera was offset. Fixed a bug that caused party selection to lock up when custom firing was enabled and using a team. Fixed an issue that caused Avion style murders damage and vulnerable materials not displayed correctly. Fixed an issue with Kadoki that caused them to play their sprinting animation after dodging. Fixed the bug that caused Wicked Thorns materials not displayed correctly. Fixed the bug that caused the victory screen bar to be red. Fixed the bug that caused Fire Spin to become stuck partway through the ability. Alright. Plenty of bug fixes here. And as always, more bug fixes the better. Now we have known issues. Lock on incorrectly uses the keep in view mode when it should use the track closely mode with certain character setups. We have not observed a reverse situation to occur. It is currently possible to come stuck in certain difficult to reach places in the cavern. I believe it. Certain areas of cavern are currently accessible and not intended. I've seen it. While a visual is displayed when a kinfolk has stats raised or lowered, there's no visualization. Oh yeah, that's just the visualization thing. I'm looking forward to that greatly. When your party is revived, they all die. Yeah, that's annoying. That's why I just back out and re-queue in the practice room most of the time. It also resets debuffs and everything like that. If you just back out and re-queue into it, it takes like 10 seconds or something. It's very fast. Some of the visual effects of Crush are not properly displayed during practice room. Damage descriptions for several abilities that have tick damage or show a tick damage total amount. Occasionally, players with low ping do not return to current starting position between rounds. Oftentimes, teams cannot be edited while searching for a game. And several abilities currently use placeholder, VFX, sound effects, or do not have sound effects at all. Whew. Chunky patch notes this time, mostly because of those bugs. being fixed, which is always a good thing. But still, thank you guys for watching. This was Monstertaming Bisloba signing off with a wonderful day. Goodbye, God bless, and I hope that you will all leave your comments below and let me know what you think about the patch and what you're most excited to see, so I can maybe try to make some videos about that. But until next time, we'll see you.